Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. So in the last few videos, I have shown you how to leverage ChatGPT as a tool to help us to clean a data set. So you can give ChatGPT a very simple, straightforward instruction, and it can return a few lines of code to help you perform those data cleaning tasks very quickly. In the next few videos, I'm going to show you a more complicated scenario, which is let's see how ChatGPT can help us to analyze two different data sets. Let's find out. Okay, so now let's look at the business scenario where we might need this kind of function. I have 2 years of employee records. One is 2022, one is 2023. So over time, it's very natural for us to want to find out who are the employees that's been terminated and who are the employees that's new hire. So for example, if you take a look at the data that I organized, you'll see like Lisa Patrick was in my 2022 employee file, but that person's gone for 2023. Like when we do this in Excel, it's usually a lot of lookups to your employee IDs, and then you kind of filter out all the employees and then find out and put them into a separate spreadsheet. I want to see if ChatGPT can create a VBA code that helps me to do this with a much more effective way. Okay, now let's paste our instruction to ChatGPT. So because this request is a little bit more complicated than the ones that we had before, so let me explain what I have in mind when I input this instruction. Create VBA code to compare sheet 2022 employee records exactly like our sheet name and 2023 records. And in a new sheet, I specify it has to be a new sheet. Create a data table of all employees in 2022, but not in 2023. So notice that this part in a real HR natural language, it should be create a data table of all terminated employees. However, I'm not quite sure if I put it like that, ChatGPT will get it. So I'm putting it into a plain language, which is kind of like a programming instruction to say, if the employee is in 2022 records, but not in 2023 record, then create a data table for him. So let's try to run this and see what ChatGPT can run for us. Okay, so now the code is ready. Let's copy code and go back to our Excel file. And now let's paste in our code and let's do a quick check to see what the code is telling us. First, it named our employee worksheets as 2023, 2022. I'm okay with that. It's also gonna create a new sheet that's called employees not in 2023, which is fine. I'm okay with it. Or in my natural language, I wanna say terminated employees in 2022. And find the last row in each sheet. That's okay. I have all the data cleaned. There's no blank rows, so that's fine. And then it creates a dictionary to store all the employee IDs. That's perfect. And then populate. Yeah, like I want to make sure the first column, so this is indicating column A, which is our employee ID, and column B, which is our employee name. Also says that for all the employees, it's assuming row 1 contains headers. That's fine. Okay, I'm okay with this part. And then option no, you can also add a header to the result sheet, which is going to be my column A and column B in my new sheets. Yeah, sure. Why not? And then auto feed and then display a message box indicating the completion. Yeah, sure. This is totally optional. Doesn't hurt to have it. You don't have to. If you don't need it, just put single quote and then it will become a comment. So yeah, I'll keep it. And then now let's run it. Okay, so with just that one click, you have this done. Click OK. And then let's see our terminated employee in 2022. Perfect. So now I will do an extra step to validate this is indeed all the employees terminated in 2022. So I will do that in Excel. So now I go to 2022 employee records. I create a new column called terminated employee. And now I'm going to use VLOOKUP function to find out all the employees that's terminated. So basically the rule here is that if someone is in 2022, however, you could not find that person or that employee ID in 2023, then it means that this person is terminated. So for example, the first person is in both, so that's good. This person, or like our Lisa Patrick, is not, that means this person is terminated. So after I create that column, I also just filter for all the people who I couldn't find, and then let me copy and paste their name and move it back to here, and then we can have a check. As you can see, it's perfectly 100% accurate. So that is how you can create code for terminated employees. Now, in a very similar manner, let's use ChatGPT to find the employees that we hired newly in 2023. So I will write my instruction as compare sheet 2022 and 2023 and create a data table for all employees in 2023, but not in 2022. Now copy the code and go back to our developer tab, paste in the code, and let's run a quick check. I add a new sheet. I can change it to 2022, 2023 new hire, and then everything else looks very much the same as the code that we just used for the terminated employee. So I think this is working. Let's say I don't want to have this message box, so I'm just gonna change it to a comment so it doesn't show. Okay, so now let's run it. And similarly, yeah, just with one click, you would have 2023 new hires. And now, similar to what we did for the terminated employee, let's do a quick check for our new hire. And filter for all the arrows and paste this list to our 2023 new hire, and guess what? They look exactly the same. So that's everything I want to cover today. First, I want to say I'm very happy that with even more complicated requests, ChatGPT can still return the VBA code to satisfy what we need. However, I do also want to emphasize that in order for ChatGPT to generate the right code, you still need to make sure that your instruction to ChatGPT is simple, straightforward, and as specific as possible. If you want to learn more about how to write a macro or VBA code or how to use ChatGPT, I have a few playlists down below. I will also have the macro code in the description so that it will be easy for you to copy and paste and try it for your own purpose. That is everything I want to share with you today. I will see you in my next video.